Why not just cut the budget to cover the increase?
If we just cut the budget and don't spend the dollars that were already allocated for that, it would go into our surplus fund and reserves. The only way to change what this tool would do would be to both cut the budget and also take less than the 2.5% of the tax levy. If we do that, first of all, it is setting us up because, again, we fall further behind inflation and the cost of just maintaining the same level of services. And we fall behind not just for 1 year, but for every single year after that. Second of all, it doesn't solve this problem because we did the calculation. There was a lot of call, we'll just cut 1% of your budget, cut 1% of your budget. We take every bit of feedback and we try to respond and analyze it fully and truthfully. If we were to cut 1% of the budget, what would happen? Instead of a 28% spike, it would be a 25% spike. And then the cut for businesses would still be on top of the cut that they would be getting. So it actually doesn't fix the issue that residents would still be absorbing the shock over the other sector, and it doesn't stabilize things. Plus, what I think is most important of all when we talk about a cut, our budget, again, is to fund city workers. So we laid out what would a list look like if we absolutely had to make a cut. What would get cut? It would mean, for example, having to cut our EMS, police, and fire academies, which again are new costs that are not yet employees. So on the scale of things to cut, they would have to be at the top. But that is not only a bad safety decision for the city, a bad financial decision for the city. The reason why we have to pay overtime is because there's staffing shortages that we need to keep adding new recruits to fill so that we're not ordering our officers and firefighters and EMTs to have to do so much overtime away from their families because we have the right staffing level, that we wouldn't have the ability to deliver city services in the way that we need to. The last thing I'll note is that never in the history of Boston's modern era, right, since we've had Prop 2.5 and even before that, has the city made our own immediate mid-year budget cut, because it is all about salaries and workforce and services when we have to make a cut. Now, they might plan for slowing spending in the years ahead, but we have never done that, and we're certainly not in an economic crisis right now. Job growth is higher than it's been in a very long time. Foot traffic is up close to pre-pandemic levels. We're seeing unemployment nationally at just about the lowest it is, and Boston is even further below that. New business creation, which we track by the number of new licenses that our departments are giving out, that is higher than even pre-pandemic. So all the signs are that our economy is strong, and it shouldn't be that we have to manufacture a crisis and create layoffs and create cuts in city services when we have a tool that works.